Vasel. Welcome to Look Back, where I take a look at reviews that I did a year, 5 years, and 10 years ago. Tell you what I think about them now, if I think about them at all. So here we go. Last year, I took a look at ReNature, this Kramer and Kiesling game, two designers who I normally love. I didn't like this one. Now, take this with a grain of salt. A lot of other reviewers, including Z, disagreed with me on this. I gave it a 5 out of 10, but I know a lot of people liked it more. I like the idea of this area control with dominoes. I just felt the dominoes were too lucky in the course of this game for it to really mean. It's a kind of a mean, in-your-face style game, but this amount of luck I found to be unacceptable for me. Forward thinking, this is a connections style party game. It's okay, 6 out of 10. Street Fighter the Miniatures game. Oh man, beautiful big miniatures. And I know a lot of people were pumped about this one because it's, well, Street Fighter. But I gotta say, it's just run up and hit the other person. There wasn't a lot of strategy, not very interesting. There's a lot of these two-player fighting games that I think are done better. Drawn to Adventure, this is a roll and write game from Final Frontier Games. I think this was included as an extra on a bigger Kickstarter, maybe Merchant's Cove, I'm not sure. It's okay. It's another roll and writing game I thought was very forgettable. I mean, you go through a book, that's kind of interesting, but not that much. So that's a 6 out of 10. Initiative. This is a 7 out of 10. This is a cool game that comes in two parts. Your kids going through, solving mysteries, and there's like a comic book rule book. There's a moving around part of the game using cards, which I found to be okay, and puzzle solving, which I really liked. My 7 out of 10 rating here is because I think it works really well for kids. 2491 Planet Ship. This is a remake by Meebo Games of City of Spies, Estero, which I really liked. This one, I liked it. I gave it a 7 out of 10, but I think I would have given it a higher grade if I could just, there was so much iconography, just the whole board needs like a graphic design overlay. Ghost Adventures, 7.5. This is a game in which it's a cooperative game and you're spinning tops around a board and then you pass the top from your board to someone else's board. It's very unique and you can tell from my description whether you like it or not. Andor, the family fantasy game, 8 out of 10. I love cooperative games. My son and I had a great time with this one as we were moving around and solving a puzzle. Andor, for me, is okay puzzle game. I like it fine, but I don't love it. This one I love more because it just they took the same formula and made it work really well with kids. Catapult Feud. Man, this was a great week for me and my son. We also love this one. This was basically catapults, crossbows and catapults, or weapons and warriors remade. You're launching balls, trying to knock the other person's castle over. Very fun. And Quest Kids, which became one of my son's favorite games. If you look, we just, in the Spring Spectacular, we just replayed this with the newest expansion. So simple, so fun, and rewards helping other people. 9 out of 10. All right, 5 years ago. Okay, first of all, we have Heroes and Tricks. This is a trick-taking game, but you don't know what cards are in the game. There's special powers. It overcomplicates trick-taking. I did not like it at all. 4 out of 10. Dark Souls, the board game. Ooh, now that I like Elden Ring, has my opinion changed in this game? Nope, it's still a terrible board game. 4 out of 10. It has level up and grinding in a multiplayer game. It does not work in multiplayer. Pancake Pile Up, 6 out of 10. It's just pancakes, collecting pancakes, flipping things. Sagrada. So this one I'm dropping from a 7 to a 6.5, and I understand a lot of people like Sagrada, and I would play it. I wouldn't say no to it. It's just that there's so many other dice games, particularly role player, that I would rather play. I think Sagrada's a neat game. It's a great introductory family game, but for me, it's paled just a bit. It's pretty, but I just feel like it's a puzzle that I'm just okay playing. Flying Kiwis. This is a game where you launch stuff onto a board. Fun for kids. 7 out of 10. Sheba I New House. There's a speed matching game. Again, works really well with kids and these cute little dogs. 7 out of 10. Yamatai. This game here, I mean, Days of Wonder, it's a beautiful, gorgeous game. A lot of things. I actually like this better than Five Tribes. It's a very different game. We're controlling areas using special powers and things, but I thought it was a cool game. 7 out of 10. Quest of Valeria. So this one's funny because I had to look this one up because I couldn't remember which game it was. Since they call their game something Valeria, this is the one that's essentially Lords of Waterdeep, the card game, which is a good idea. I like this one. 7 out of 10. The Lion Guard, another kids game based on a popular cartoon, which is based on The Lion King. But it's a nice cooperative game for kids, 7.5. Magic Maze. So Magic Maze is kind of a love it or hate it style game. I'm in the love it category, a game in which there's no communication, but you're all working together, simultaneously moving these 4 fantasy characters in a mall so they can all do a burglary at the same time. It has multiple levels, very fun, 8.5. And then we have King of Tokyo, which has gone up for me. This is an 8 point. Why was it an 8 at the beginning? Oh, this is King of Tokyo Power Up. That's why. King of Tokyo Power Up. This expansion, which I liked a lot at the beginning, it was a lot of fun, but I thought, I'd rather just play normal King of Tokyo. Now, I'd rather play King of Tokyo Power Up. So I moved it from an 8 to an 8.5. 10 years ago, just a few reviews. Dr. Shark. This is a weird game from Bruno Catalo and Antoine Basel where you're feeling pieces and stuff and jumping down to the swimming pool. At the time, I gave it a 6, but I wouldn't play it now. It's a game that would be fun to talk about, but that's it, so I dropped it to a 5. Ground Floor. This is a heavier Euro-style game from Tasty Minstrel Games at the time, which I thought it's interesting, but I feel like I would do almost the same things each time, so a 6.5 for me. And Vegas Showdown, which is a fabulous game about building a casino, great auctions. This is an 8.5. I really like it. Anyway, those are the reviews that I did a year, 5 years, and 10 years ago. Until next time, I'm Tom Vasel, and you've been watching Look Back on the Dice Tower.